Hey guys, if you've been following my stories, then this topic is not going to be new for you, but I started talking about vacation and how you may see an increase, a rapid or large increase in your weight on vacation and the reason for that. So why am I even talking about this? Because a lot of people are vacationing, right? We're making up for 2020. It's the summer, it's nice, it's warm, we want to go travel. COVID is still here, but we have a little bit of a better handle on COVID. Some people are vaccinated, so people are traveling, right? And I always like to bring topics that I see in my clinic or things that are common with my patients. And one of them is that I do see people increase in their weight after vacation. And people really get freaked out about that because they've invested a lot of time. They have really been working very hard. They may have gotten to their goal weight or their maintenance weight, and then they go on vacation and gain 10 pounds. So what is that about? I mentioned in my stories that the number one reason is that it's likely water weight, and it happens because there's a change in your routine and there's a change in your eating. The good news about water weight, for the most part, if you go back to your previous habits, that water weight will go away in the next 1 to 2 weeks, but it does require that you go back to your original plan. So what are the changes in routine that happen? Our eating changes. If we are socializing in with friends, we're probably eating at restaurants. We may be eating larger portions. We may be eating food that has more salt or more sugar or more carbs. We may be substituting things that we typically ate that were healthy for things that are unhealthy. Alcohol increases for a lot of people on vacation. And then the timing of eating. So we may be eating later at night. We may be snacking at night. If you're with friends on vacation, you order pizza at midnight. That's not a typical part of someone's routine. The other thing that I mention on my stories is that our bowel habits do change when we're in a different environment. So you may not be going to the bathroom as often. You may not have as much fiber in your diet if you're not eating as many vegetables, if you're eating more processed foods, restaurant foods, and things like that. Then those are all reasons for an increase in weight. And then the last one is whether or not there's a change in activity. Now, for most of my patients, when they vacation, their activity actually increases. If they're exploring a new city, they're walking a little bit more, depending on the city. They may be at the beach walking more, or they may have chosen to do a physical activity while on vacation, like hiking or canoeing or something like that. So for most people, activity actually does increase, which is a good thing. Even walking through the airport, there's a lot of steps involved in that as well. Excuse me. So how can we limit the amount of weight that we gain on vacation? It depends on how motivated you are. I am very realistic. The number one advice I give for my patients is to enjoy themselves and have a good time. So I don't want them to be dieting and I don't want them to be trying to weigh themselves on vacation. But let's say that you're very motivated and you want to stay the same weight, maintain your weight, or even lose weight on vacation. What would be my tips? Number one, eat a high protein breakfast. If you are very motivated, take your protein bars and shakes with you on vacation. If you are traveling by plane, then you're looking at doing packets of protein supplements instead of the liquid. You can't take Premier Shake on the plane, or you can, but it's going to limit the amount of fluid that you can take. So I recommend that you do packets, things that you can mix when you get to your destination. At your meals, lunch and dinner, you want to prioritize protein. You do want to limit carbs and sugar. You want to limit alcohol if you are very motivated. You want to be as active as possible, and you also want to watch how late in the evening you are eating or taking in calories. The other thing that's very important is that if you can regulate your sleep, you want to try to do that. But again, I'm realistic, so most people are not going to be successful with that. And when you get back, you want to go back to your typical habits. So that is my take on vacation and weight gain. And if you have been on vacation, you have somewhere you're planning to go, share that with me. I've been to a couple places myself. I really enjoyed myself, so I'm curious to hear what you guys are doing and where you guys are going. If you have some other tips that have worked for you, share those below with me in the community as well. And I will see you guys soon. Ciao.